You want answers?
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
You want answers?
You have offended my family.
I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth.
And you have offended a Shaolin temple.
You can't handle the truth.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Radical rant.
All right, folks, welcome back. We're going to start this rant out, and maybe against my better judgment by our technical specifications for today, but let's start this off with some video from My Fox Detroit. Oh, of course. Oh, boy, we are definitely having the technical show to end all shows. I cannot believe this. Okay, well, we'll just talk about this story from My Fox Detroit that appeared up on the news feeds the other day. And this was from My Fox Detroit pointing out that Ramsey Tossa is a lot of things. He's a U.S. citizen, a retired military translator, and a proud father. But a criminal he is not. Still, he says he was treated like one Tuesday morning around 2 a.m. when he woke up to find DEA agents banging loudly on the door. As soon as I opened the door, somebody grabbed me and took me outside and put me on the grass, Tossa said. The first thing I thought was that they were terrorists who want to kill me because I served in Iraq. Well, technically, Ramsey, they are terrorists. Don't you feel pretty terrorized? The DEA says the person they were looking for is actually the landlord's son. He uses that house as his address, and that's what happened here. We got the wrong address, and once again, it shows how the drug war can touch each and every one of us. We've told so many of these stories. We had the mayor in Sterling Heights, not Sterling Heights, but but up in Maryland, who had his house burst into by the agents because there was some sort of shipping ring going on that was shipping marijuana to different addresses and accidentally left a big 32-pound box on his doorstep. They go in there and shoot his dogs as well. So this is not an uncommon story. We've got the story from Columbia. Here we go. Now the video wants to play. Let's see if we can get that to you.
Officers bust into a home in Sterling Heights armed with a search warrant. The only problem? The guy they were searching for doesn't live there.
It was a frightening ordeal that the family will never forget. Fox News' Alexis Wiley has their story.
I just don't believe it. I just don't believe it.
Ramsey Tossa's a lot of things. He's an American citizen, a retired military translator who helped capture Saddam, and a proud father. But a criminal, he is not.
They did a big mistake.
It happened Tuesday morning around 2 a.m. while Ramsey and his family were sleeping.
I heard banging on the door, very loud. As soon as I opened the door, somebody grabbed me and took me outside, put me on the grass. I thought the first thing, they are terrorists. They wanted to kill me because I served in Iraq.
But these were not terrorists. They were DEA agents executing a search warrant.
I saw them dragging my wife from the same door and then dragging my daughters half naked. I keep asking, what's going on? What do you want? And they hold my neck around to the ground so I can't talk.
Ramsey says he started having what he thought was a heart attack. Paramedics ended up taking him to the hospital. When it was finally over, the agents took a few pieces of mail addressed to someone who the Tossas say they never met. And now they're left with hospital bills and emotional scars that won't go away. Ramsey's daughter is taking it the hardest.
She wake up every morning, she cry. Because she doesn't believe the fact that her father was under a laser. She doesn't know if they're going to shoot me or not.
I went through some of the documents the DEA left behind. I tracked down a phone number for one of the agents involved. He tells me that the guy they were looking for is actually the landlord's son, and he was using this as his address. But the family says that if the DEA had done any investigating, they would have figured out that the person they were searching for didn't live here long before they ever came into that door.
Before they raid any house, they should have more information, precisely. Something accurate, not rumors, not a person, facts.
The Tossas say they are demanding answers before something like this happens to someone else. In Sterling Heights, I'm Alexis Wiley, Fox 2 News.
A DEA spokesperson contacted Fox 2 a short time ago. He says Mr. Toss's allegations are being taken seriously, but he denied claims that agents ever threw him to the ground. He also indicated there was likely cause to search the house.
Yeah, this retired military translator's making it up that they threw him to the ground, dragged his half-naked daughter out onto the lawn. Is this the America that y'all signed up for? Is this the America that I swore an oath to defend when I was in the military? I don't think so. This is not the way our police forces should be treating our citizens. And one of the things that I think gets lost in a story like this, and you heard it at the end where Tossa is saying they should have more facts, they should not just go off of rumors. No. They shouldn't be doing this to anybody, even if they have the facts, even if they have x-ray vision and can see that I am growing 1,000 marijuana plants in my house. There is no excuse for battering down the door in the middle of the night, terrorizing my family, and putting laser sights on my forehead. This is a plant we're talking about that doesn't kill anybody. And yeah, I know it's illegal, but really, was there any danger, even if you assumed the guy in there was a major marijuana grower sitting on kilo after kilo? Was there any danger in knocking on that door? Was there any danger in serving that warrant like you would serve a warrant for a tax evader or, an embezzler or something like that? No, the very reason here is to terrorize the population. The very reason here is to show people how drugs are bad. If you get involved with drugs, look at the bad things that could happen. Not because of the drugs, because of what we'll do to you. Because you're using the drugs. And not all drugs. If they have barcodes on them, you're fine. But if you use the drugs that are made by brown people in other countries, then no. We're going to have to lock your ass up and throw your half-naked daughters out in the freezing cold or the blistering sun or the midnight or have everybody look at them. We're going to terrorize you. We're going to burst into your home and we're going to shoot your dog. That's what we're going to do to you because we feel the drug you're using isn't the right one. And now it's Miller time. Catch a cold Coors Light. Get yourself an Ambien. If you can't sleep, if you got some anxiety problems, try Prozac. Wellbutrin. We got all sorts of drugs for you. You want to take drugs? We got plenty of drugs. You just can't take the drugs that you can grow yourself. You just can't take the drugs that are propping up the economies in South and Latin America. No. You got to take the drugs that are approved by the people who advertise on our television networks, the drugs that are approved by the people who take campaign donations. Those are the drugs you need to take. Oh yeah, I know. They destroy your liver and you get addicted to them and you feel like a drooling zombie half the time and you get all constipated, and some of them, some of the antidepressants, they'll even make you want to kill yourself. But that's okay because they're legal drugs. They're legal. See, if they're legal, they're good. And if they're illegal, they're bad. And this justifies why we need to take a U.S. veteran, a man who served his country, translating for us to try to, defeat the terrorists in our other war on a concept. And this justifies the way we're going to treat this guy because drugs are bad. Why are drugs bad? Well, look at what bad things happen if you use drugs. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's American terrorism. It's a domestic police force run amok, militarized to the hilt. And when you give them all these big boy toys and the tanks and the battle armor and the laser sights and the titanium fanged dogs, they're going to think it's a war, and they're going to think the people they are policing are the enemy. And that is what is happening in America, is we are becoming a police state in no small part due to the war on drugs. And it really, folks, isn't about the drugs, right? We all know people that smoke pot. Hell, most of us watching and listening to this show smoke pot. Most of the people we know smoke pot. And out of that whole list, yeah, we can think of some flakes. Maybe some guys are a little, weird, little strange. I have trouble thinking of any of them that are a problem to society in a real manner, though, that are really, really threatening. I don't see any of them, say, shooting up a playground in Norway. I don't see them bombing a federal building in Oklahoma. You get my drift here? People that aren't really a danger to any others. And this is the way that they use this tool to oppress us and to get us used to this police state, because the 25 million people that are using marijuana to large part are employed, responsible, average Americans. The drug problem, addiction, overdose, people that are so addicted to something they'll commit crimes to be able to get the next fix, that's like 6 million people total compared to the 25 million that are smoking marijuana. And of those 6 million, only a percentage of them actually do have a problem, despite what the media would like you to think that, you know, one toot of a crack pipe and you're permanently addicted, or meth is impossible to get off of. Despite all that scaremongering and propaganda, the facts are, even the people using the hard drugs, it's a minority of them that end up having those severe problems. So folks, don't let them fool you into thinking the war on drugs has anything to do with fighting a war on actual drugs or the use of drugs. It has nothing to do with solving that problem. It has to do with getting people to accept a police state, getting people to allow their civil liberties to be shredded right in front of them in the name of confronting some demon that other people do. Right? But as we've seen from this Tossa here on this video, it's not always other people that suffer. Sometimes it is you, the non-pot smoker out there, who suffers. Sometimes it is you because of a mistake on a warrant or overzealous enforcement. Hell, who knows, a stray bullet from the duplex next door. You never know. It can happen to you. You've got to realize this. And you've also got to realize the war on drugs has nothing to do with stopping me from smoking a joint. Because guess what? Been smoking them for 20 years. Hasn't stopped me. Not going to stop me. Not going to stop most of my listeners out there either. We're going to continue to do this. Has nothing to do with trying to stop. It has to do with terrorism. It has to do with terrorizing the population. It has to do with keeping them in line, having them not ask a whole lot of uncomfortable questions, and to put up with miserable little lives working in menial little jobs. That's what it has to do with. Think about that. That's the Radical Rant.